Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation on subject-verb agreement and its impact on reading comprehension. First of all, I'm Muhammad Ilham Firdaus from class 2D. Today I'll explore the fundamental rules of subject-verb agreement and how mastering these rules can significantly improve our reading comprehension skills. So this thing will be very important for anyone who wants to enhance their English proficiency. Okay, let me walk you through our objectives for today's study. So first, we'll understand the fundamental rules of subject-verb agreement. We'll learn how to identify correct and incorrect usage in sentences. Then we'll recognize how singular and plural subject work with their corresponding verbs. We'll also analyze and correct common errors that many people are make. And most importantly, we'll relate subject-verb agreement to reading comprehension. This one is the crucial part, because proper grammar understanding directly affects how well we comprehend text. And finally, we'll apply this insight to improve our language proficiency through structured exercises. So, what exactly subject-verb agreement? Simply put, subject-verb agreement ensures that verbs match their subjects in number. Let me give you a very clear example here. For singular subject, we say she runs every morning. Notice the S in runs, but for plural subject, we say they run every morning. No S in run. So the point is the verb must agree with whether the subject is singular or plural. This is the foundation of proper English grammar. Well, now let's dive into the 6 main rules of subject-verb agreement. Rule number 1, singular subject take singular verbs. For example, the dog barks at strangers. The rule number 2, plural subject takes plural verbs. For example, the dogs bark at strangers. The rule number 3, when subjects are joined by and, they take plural verb. For example, Alice and Bob are friends. And the rule number 4, when subjects are joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the closer subject. For example, neither the teacher nor the students were happy. Take a look at this. The verb were agrees with students, which is closer. The rule number 5 is indefinite pronouns like everyone or someone take singular verbs. The example is everyone wants to succeed. And the last rule, collective nouns can be singular or plural depending on context. Like, we could see the team is winning when acting as unit, but the team are arguing when acting as individuals. So let's examine common errors in subject-verb agreement. These mistakes can really confuse readers and affect comprehension. First error, using plural verbs with singular subjects. The incorrect one is math are difficult, and the correct version is math is difficult. So remember, subjects ending in s aren't always plural. The second error, getting confused by words between the subject and verb. The incorrect version is the box of pencils are missing, and the correct version of it is the box of pencils is missing. The subject is box, not the pencils. And the third error is misidentifying indefinite pronouns. The incorrect version is each of the students have a book. Well, the correct version is each of the students has a book. And our last error that commonly found in the usage is misunderstanding collective nouns. The class is going on a trip when acting as one unit. Okay, so let's go to subject-verb agreement in context. Subject-verb agreement becomes more challenging in complex sentences. Let's look at some specific contexts. In simple sentences, it's straightforward. The teacher teaches grammar. But in complex sentences, you need to ignore prepositional phrases. For example, the box of chocolates is expensive, not are expensive. So, with inverted sentences, we could identify the actual subject carefully. For example, the incorrect version is where is my keys? Where the correct version is where are my keys? And remember, amounts and distances are typically use singular verbs, like 10 kilometers is a long walk. Now, now let's look at the impact of subject-verb agreement on meaning. As you can see, ensuring clarity in sentence structure starts with proper agreement. For example, the teacher teaches grammar, simple and clear. But here's the crucial part. Incorrect agreement actually alters sentence meaning. Look at this, the incorrect. The list of items are on the desk. This suggests multiple lists, where the correct version is the list of items is on the desk. This clearly indicates one list containing multiple items. So the proper agreement ensures your intended meaning is conveyed accurately. Okay, now why is this so important in communication? Let me break it down for you. First, it ensures grammatical correctness and clarity. It was the foundation for effective communication in English. And the second, it enhanced professional and academic writing. So our credibility depends on how well and how proper our grammar in writing. And the third one is it prevents ambiguity in written and spoken English. So when you use correct subject-verb agreement, there is no confusion about what you mean. So in today's global environment, clear communication is essential and subject-verb agreement is a fundamental building block. Now, context plays a crucial role in subject-verb agreement, especially with collective nouns. Consider committee. When acting as a unified group, we say the committee decides on the budget. But when members are act individually, we say the committee argue about the details. So context, so everything is depending on the context. Always think about whether the group act as one unit or as separate individuals. And here are 5 practical techniques to master subject-verb agreement. As we can see, the first technique is we identify subject correctly. Always ignore interfering phrases. Don't let prepo- don't let prepo- The first technique is identify subjects correctly. Always ignore interfering phrases. Don't let the prepositional phrases confuse you. The second technique is understand singular versus plural nouns, especially recognize tricky collective nouns that can be either. The third technique is practice with complex sentence structure regularly. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. The fourth is engage in exercise and reading analysis. Active practice beats passive learning every time. And the last technique is use grammar checking tools for reinforcement. But don't too depend on it because understand the concept is better for the first. Now let's apply what we've learned to a real text. We'll analyze the role of information systems in modern business. This reading exercise will demonstrate you how understanding subject-verb agreement directly impacts our reading comprehension. Now, pay attention to how the verbs agree with their subject throughout the text. Let me read this first paragraph. In today's digital era, information systems have become an essential component of business operation. Notice system have become plural subject, plural verb. Organizations rely on these systems. Again, plural agreement. When we understand these agreements, we can better comprehend what the text discusses multiple systems and organization, not just one. It helps our understanding about the scope of the topic. Now, in the second paragraph, observe one of the key benefits of information system is their ability. Here, one is the subject, not the benefits or systems. So we use is, but then automated workflow reduce manual errors. Plural subject, plural verb. Okay, now understanding these agreements helps us follow the logical flow from discussing one benefit to multiple workflows. And the final paragraph states information system also pose challenges. Notice the plural agreement throughout. Businesses must implement plural. Technology requires organization. Singular. Subject technology with singular verb requires. When we recognize this pattern, we can better understand the relationship between concepts in the text. Before we conclude, let's do a quick practice exercise. I'll show you these 3 sentences from the text we just read. Your task is to identify the simple subject and choose the correct verb form. Question number 1. One of the key benefits of information system is or are their ability to streamline businesses processes. Think carefully, what's the real subject here? Now the question number two, the integration of information system help in decision making, enhances productivity, and improves customer service. And our last question is, the rapid evolution of technology require organizations to continuously update their systems and train employees on new software. Now with here in the conclusion, we could conclude that subject-verb agreement is fundamental to clear communication. When you master these rules, you'll see significant improvement in both your reading comprehension and writing accuracy. And the most important thing is continuous practice and real-world application will enhance your proficiency. So remember, grammar isn't just about rules. It's about effective communication that connects ideas clearly. And well, these are some of our references that I use to make this presentation and this material. Feel free to explore these resources to enhance your understanding deeper. So yeah, thank you for your attention. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.